Okay, so for this project, I am using scrap yarn. This is the same type of yarn. I'm using the 24/7 cotton yarn by Lion Brand, and I have with me my 4mm crochet hook to do this project. So you're going to start off with making a magic circle. Once you have your magic circle, you're going to go ahead and chain 3. Okay. And we need 12 double crochets in this round. So we need to put 11 more double crochets into our magic circle. Once you have your 12 double crochets, go ahead and take your tail end here and pull it to close your circle. Then you're going to go ahead and find that chain 3 you did in the beginning of this round and slip stitch into the top of that chain 3. And then that is the end of round 1. So for round 2, you're going to start off with another chain of 3, and this is going to count as your first double crochet for this round. Then in every stitch we're going to be doing an increase. So we currently have 12 stitches and we want to end off with 24. So starting in the same chain 3 stitch that we just, did or whatever, you're going to go ahead and put one more double crochet into that stitch. And then we're going to move over to our next stitch and I'm going to put 2 double crochets into that stitch. And then I'm just going to go ahead and repeat that in all of my remaining stitches. So put 2 double crochets in each stitch and I'll meet you at the end of this round. I've reached the end of this round. Make sure you go back and you count your stitches. You should have 24 in this round. 23 of your actual little V stitches plus the chain 3. So that's 24. Once you've made it to the end of this round, you're going to go ahead and slip stitch into the top of that first chain 3 that we did. And that's the end of round 2. Moving into our final round, we're going to start off with a chain of 1, but then go back and pull it kind of tight. I feel like this just makes it a little bit easier for me to see my stitches after this. But we're going to go ahead and put 1 single crochet into the same stitch that we just slip stitched into. And then put 1 single crochet in the stitch after. Now in the next stitch you're going to do 2 half double crochets. So that's 1 and 2. And then the next stitch also gets 2 half double crochets. Then the next stitch is going to get 2 double crochets. Move over to the next stitch. That one will have only 1 double crochet. Then the next stitch gets 2 double crochets. And then the next stitch gets 1 double crochet. Now we're basically going to be working this little pattern but backwards. So now each of our next 2 stitches gets 2 half double crochets. So this next stitch, we'll put 2 half double crochets into this one. All right. And then the next stitch also gets 2 half double crochets. And then the next 2 stitches each get only 1 single crochet. So 1 single crochet into this stitch and 1 single crochet into the next. Now we're going to go ahead and repeat this, but working our way around the other side. So the next 2 stitches each get 1 single crochet. Now the next 2 stitches each get 2 half double crochets. Now the next stitch gets 2 double crochets. Now the following stitch gets 1 double crochet. Next stitch gets 2 double crochets. The next stitch gets 1 double crochet. The next 2 stitches get 2 half double crochets. We made back to the top of our round, so we're going to slip stitch into our very first single crochet of this round. Then you can chain 1 and cut your work. To make our stem, we're going to once again start off with making a magic circle. And now in our magic circle, you're going to put 3 single crochets. Once you have your 3 single crochets, you're going to go ahead and pull that tail. Now you're going to go ahead and chain 5. Then you can turn your work. So we're going to be skipping the very first chain of this row here. And in the second, you're going to first do a slip stitch. And then in each of these last remaining 3, little chains we have, we're going to do 1 single crochet. So put 1 single crochet into each of those 3 stitches. Once you've finished your 3 single crochets, you're going to slip stitch into the very first V of our 3 single crochets in our magic circle. So in that first stitch, go ahead and slip stitch. Now we have one of our stems done. So you're going to go ahead from there and chain another 5. And skipping the very first chain, go into the second and do a slip stitch. Then in the next 3 stitches, you're going to put 1 single crochet. And then you're going to slip stitch into the second single crochet stitch that was in our magic circle. Then you're going to chain another 5. One more stem to go. So once again, skipping the very first stitch or very first chain, go into the second chain with a slip stitch. And then in those remaining 3 stitches, go ahead and put 1 single crochet in each. Once those 3 are done, you're going to go ahead and slip stitch into our third single crochet that was sitting in our initial little magic circle that we made. Then from there, I like to chain 1 and pull it nice and tight. And then you can go ahead and cut your yarn. And now our leaves are done. Okay, so now I'm going to connect my stem onto my tomato. So I went ahead and I grabbed my darning needle, and I'm going to use this outer strand of my yarn here that ended off our tomato as my guide to be able to find where the center is. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my stem here and I'm going to sit it on top of my tomato. I am going to sit it a little bit further down. I don't want it to sit too high up on the top of my tomato, so I'm going to sit it a little bit lower, but not too low. And then I'm going to attach my darning needle onto one of the tail ends of my green yarn. So I have my darning needle now connected to one of my tail ends of my green yarn, and I'm going to go ahead and just weave through both of my pieces here back and forth until my stem is connected to my tomato. Now, if your tail is long enough, you can go ahead and use that one tail to also kind of reach up and attach on the upper half of your stem so that way it doesn't lift at all. But if your tail isn't long enough, then go ahead and utilize that other tail to go ahead and secure and weave through the rest of your tomato. And then after that, all you have left to do is weave in your ends. So I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and show you what my final product looks like. And this is what your final product should look like. There are many different ways for you to use these appliques. You can put an iron-on backing on it and turn it into a patch, glue a magnet on the back, or sew it directly onto clothing. But I hope you enjoyed this video and found it helpful. Make sure you like, subscribe, and share it with your friends, and tag my Instagram if you guys make these because I'd really like to see what you guys do with your tomatoes. But I will see you guys later with another video. Bye guys.